Okay, so number 68 on page 390 says that you need to factor completely x to the sixth minus y to the sixth. Okay, so when you're looking at these, the first thing that you're going to do is factor it as a difference of squares if you possibly can, which means that because this is a difference, you want to say, is there something that I can square to get the first term, and is there something I can square to get the second term? And the answer to that is yes. Remember, when you take an exponent to an exponent, you multiply. So what times 2 gives you 6? That's 3 times 2. And the same thing would be here. 3 times 2 would give us 6. And so this is a difference of squares. When you factor a difference of squares, the pattern for that is that you're going to take the first term, the number you would get to get the first term squared, minus the number that you would get to get the second term squared, times those same two terms added. So this would become x cubed minus y cubed times x cubed plus y cubed. Now, after you look at that, you should notice that this is a difference of two cubes and a sum of two cubes. The pattern for that, a cubed minus b cubed, is that when you factor, you take the number that you cubed to get the first term minus the number that you cubed to get the last term, and then you square the first term here, that's a squared. You multiply these two, and then you change the sign, so it should be plus, and then you square the last term, and that last term should always be positive. So that's the pattern. If we're factoring a cubed plus b cubed, the pattern is exactly the same, except for the sign matches in the first binomial, and the sign changes in the middle term for the trinomial. So what do we cube to get x cubed? That's x. Then it would be minus y. And then the trinomial would give us x squared plus xy plus y squared. And then we would factor, that's the factorization of x cubed minus y cubed. And then we have to factor this second sum of cubes. And so that would be x plus y times x squared minus xy plus y squared. And this trinomial is always one that can't be factored further. So this would be the answer in fully factored form. I hope that helps. Let me know.